Hey guys, time for another Tractor Talk. Man, this is a great time of year getting into November. College football season's winding down. These games mean so much more now. Implications of college football playoff, what bowl you're going to, and some really great matchups here to end out the season. College basketball starting back up. Razorbacks coming off a run to the Elite Eight. Going to be interesting to see how these new faces gel and how deep this team can go. And if you're an outdoorsman like me, you got deer season starting this weekend and duck season right around the corner. It's a great time of year to take advantage of these sporting events and these outdoor activities. I got the chance to go to the game last night in Bud Walton, and I kind of wanted to talk about the atmosphere there for a second. It seems like it takes a while for the crowds to get into the game, and I feel like that's to do with the disconnect between the student section and the rest of the crowd. They tuck that student section into the corner of the baseline and the sideline, and it works its way up to the second level. And it seems like you can hear them, trying to get the crowd in the game, but you don't see them. And when you look at these arenas where the student section runs the length of the sideline and they're close to the floor, it seems like the crowd stays more engaged into the game. There's a lot more energy there. And I'm hoping with these new renovations to Bud Walton that they're going to move the student section closer to the court. So I think it's going to help the atmosphere there just that much more. And I'm probably being over dramatic. It's a Tuesday night game versus Mercer. But I just feel like the crowd has, it loses its energy a little bit whenever you're not feeding off the student section, and I hope that in the future it's able to do that a little bit better. But either way, I've enjoyed going to Bud Walton so much. When the crowd gets into the game, it's hard to beat, and that's going to be huge for us having success throughout the season with a bunch of good home games coming up this year. Now, for the basketball team this year, a bunch of new faces, a lot of guys I'm excited about. DC Tony being one. He played a great game this is the last night. He was huge on the glass, and I think he's going to be a really great player for this team, a glue guy, kind of a Justin Smith type of guy once he kind of progresses into his own. So looking forward to seeing how he's going to do the rest of the season. Looking forward to see how this team's going to gel offensively. Obviously, with Musselman at the helm, you don't have much to worry about. He's going to get it done, and I expect this team to make another deep run in the NCAA tournament. And we're going to talk with Story Phillips. He's a former intramural coaching legend, led his team to 4 straight playoff appearances. He's dealt with these new faces and how to make it work offensively, so we're going to get his input on everything. All right, we're talking with legendary intramural basketball coach Story Phillips. He's led his Sigma Chi intramural team to 4 straight playoff appearances. He's really learned how to mesh, new faces with each year, so we're going to talk to him about a little bit of Razorback basketball. Story, great to have you on the show.
Oh, it's great to be here, Jake. Thanks for having me on.
Well, in your experience as an intramural coach, obviously you've had a lot of success, but with each year, it brings new faces and new challenges. Talk about how the Razorbacks are going to be able to bring this team together with all these new faces.
Well, for the most part, last night I thought we looked good at times. I think Mude, he's going to be pretty good. I think Tony's going to be good. I think that's what it's basically. That's all it is just a chemistry and meshing it all together, and that's going to come along with playing more games and practicing more and getting those real reps against other people outside of just those practice reps.
Yeah, I agree with that. What was your main point of emphasis at the start of each season, trying to bring a team together? What was one thing you wanted to work on the most?
I always liked swinging the ball around, shooting the three, so getting the ball and whoever's open, penetrating the basket and kicking it out. That's what I always wanted, just shooting 3 balls.
Well, we know your word's pretty valuable considering all the success you've had. Story, we want to talk about how deep this team can go this year. What is your opinion on the ceiling of this team? What's this team's ceiling?
Oh, I think the ceiling has got to be the championship. I mean, I think we're definitely talented and deep enough, and we've got some young guys with that deep experience getting deep into the tournament. So I think the ceiling is absolutely championship, but I think our floor is got to be like around a 32. I think we're going to get deeper than that. If we fall somewhere in the middle, like a return to the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, I could see that as happening. But I definitely think this team has the ability to, if they put it all together, to reach that championship. Maybe not win it, but I think they can get there.
Wow, that would be huge for the state and this program to bring home a championship this year. Story, thank you for joining the show. We'll talk to you next time. Be safe, buddy.
Thank you. Woo Pig.
That was Story Phillips, intramural
Coaching legend joining the show, joining Tractor Talk. Thanks for the story.
We appreciate Story joining the program. We're going off into some football talk now. Hogs coming off a big win against Mississippi State. You know, it wasn't pretty, but anytime you beat an SEC West opponent, you can't complain. It seemed like we could have really got control of that game in the first half and ran away with it, but, you know, a bunch of false starts, shooting ourselves in the foot, and some offensive drives stalling out. You know, we were able to let Mississippi State hang around, and they took advantage and took a lead late in the game. But with KJ Jefferson again showing his composure and how poised he is, you know, he really led the team down the field there and executed a perfect drive leading to a touchdown for us to come away with the victory. He's been put in that position time and time again, and he's always proven that it's not too big for him and that he can handle it. And it's great having a quarterback like that to lead this football team. It's going to set up a big matchup going down to Baton Rouge this weekend. I will be making the trip. Excited to go down there, watch my first night game in Baton Rouge. I got some good family friends today. They've hooked me up with some Razorback Mardi Gras beats to take down there. They're big LSU fans, and we're going to talk a little smack about their football team. LSU put all their eggs in one basket against Alabama, and I would be very shocked if we don't go down there and whoop some ass and come back home with that golden boot. I think we're going to control this game from the get-go. We're going to take the crowd out of it and walk away with the win. You know, obviously this is the first game in a while that we played on the road with a tough environment like Georgia, where we didn't play well. And I think this team's more prepared to handle it. And we're going to talk with former Arkansas quarterback legend Douglas Munson, or high school quarterback legend Douglas Munson, and get his thoughts on playing in a tough environment like that and what's going to be going through KJ's head and how he's going to handle this football team.
Now joining us on Tractor Talk is Douglas Munson, former Arkansas high school quarterback legend and UTEP commit. Douglas, thanks for joining the show.
Hey, Jake, glad to be on today. I'm currently in the car. Hope you can hear me okay. I'm driving through Ozark. And fun fact for all the listeners out there, the Ozark Hillbillies this year 7-2, 6-0 in 4A Region 4 in conference play. Been real impressed keeping up with their senior quarterback, Jeremiah Glidewell. He's just fighting his tail off for the Hillbillies, and they're having a great season. Glad to see it.
That's great for all of our listeners that are worried about the Ozark Hillbillies. We'll be glad to hear that. Douglas, we wanted to talk to you today about the atmosphere in Baton Rouge and what KJ Jefferson is going to be dealing with. We know that you've played in a lot of hostile environments, Brinkley, Prescott, Barton. I mean, just a lot of tough environments.
You can't forget about Smackover.
Yeah, Smackover too. What's going to be going through KJ's head when he's in these hostile environments? How did you handle that pressure?
You know, first and foremost, I've been real impressed with KJ all year long, keeping his composure. Tough kid, man. Tough kid. He brings it every week in and week out. I know at practice he's always keeping everybody focused, locked in, getting through what needs to get done, and he just needs to bring it again this week. Death Valley, you know, these folks are going to be screaming things. They're going to be really trying to rattle him. And if I had to assume, their coach is telling them when he's at the bottom of the pile, you know, mess with him, get him rattled. And for KJ, that's when it comes to maturity. And I've just been so impressed with him all year. I'm not worried about it. I think he stays locked in all the time, and he's a true leader out there. I'm KJ Jefferson, #1 fan right here. So. I can't wait to get down. I can't wait to get down there this weekend, Jake. It's going to be a great game, great atmosphere, and I know that we'll be right there in the middle of it. I'm not going to put up with any LSU fans yelling anything at me, and I know KJ won't either.
Well, that's good to hear there, Douglas. So, whenever you were playing on an away game, and let's say you made a big play, what was your celebration? Were you a shush the crowd type of guy? Were you I can't hear you? What was your one move to let the crowd know that you're about to unleash some hell out there on the football field?
Man, I usually just started high-stepping it down the far sideline, letting everybody know that I was here to play. So I expect KJ just to not act like that. He's been in too many big moments to have to act like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Douglas, we appreciate you joining the show today. I'm taking time out of your busy day. It's good hearing from you, buddy. Be safe. Get down to Baton Rouge, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, last thing here. Arkansas 34, LSU 30. You heard it here first.
Wow, that's Douglas Munson predicting the Hogs' victory. Douglas, thanks for joining the program. We appreciate him being on the show.
That'll wrap up things for this week. Hope everybody has a good, safe weekend, and whoop pig.